We appreciate it. Everybody, we have the fire department in front of us as if you didn't know, and Chief Swan is here to tell us about his budget and hopefully be kind to us. So, Chief Swan, you have the floor.
All right. Well, thank you. I think everyone knows Leanne. She's my Director of Finance, and it is an absolute honor to be here. As you know, I'm Director Chief Will Swan of the Nashville Fire Department and also the Office of Emergency Management. I try to always put them two together because OEM sort of sets as an umbrella under the fire department. It is definitely an honor. I've heard a lot of stuff from public safety with Chief Drake and then Darren Hall, and I can concur a lot of the conversation that was having. But before that, I just would like to open up my conversation with just thanking everyone. I want to thank the mayor's office and you guys for the last 4 years. Just the support that was actually given to this department is unprecedented. I will say that since I've been on 28 years, and we've got a couple members in the back that's been on a lot longer than that. I want to also acknowledge our union president, and then also with Mr. Yates, and we also have his assistant. I think he works with the council quite a bit, and then you all guys know Mark Young. He's my liaison. If you look back there, you'll see that there's not many fire department personnel. That's because they're all working, right? But we do. Steve Martinis back there as well from DEC. That's the big support of all public safety. So as we move on, though, I do want to state that this year proposed budget from the mayor will actually enable us to meet a lot of the challenges of this great city and the expectation. And there are, as stated earlier, there are very high-level expectations of the Nashville Fire Department. I gave you a package if you want to look at it, and in there it will highlight many of the things that we were able to do in the past year. But let me say, we would not be able to accomplish those feats without your support. We've got a great department, and there are 4 keys to success. I always talk about these things. You have to analyze, you have to plan, implementation, and then reevaluation. Those are your 4 keys of success. And up under those 4 elements stand, and you have to have them. Number 1 is staffing. 2 is equipment, and then training, and then the heart to do the job. So when we look at staffing, for the first time in 20 plus years, we'll be fully staffed. Fully staffed. And that's amazing. And that's happened because of, again, Mayor Cooper and his staff and you guys. So I want to thank you for that from the bottom of our heart. We have accomplished so many things before being fully staffed, but it overtaxed the department. It puts a burden upon the department because you have to absorb all the other things that happens in life when we talk about people being out for sick or military leave or have to take vacation. So being fully staffed, it'll help us be able to absorb that and then also be able to adequately do our job. So thank you guys for that. And then the next thing is equipment. And this is something that we know that we can always improve on, but we've surely turned the page on our light fleet and working very hard on our heavy fleet of getting the proper equipment in here for the guys to do the job. What good is it to have proper staffing if you don't have the tools and equipment to be able to perform the task? Each one of you, and I've talked to many of you, there were moments and times in your district where we had a piece of equipment was out, an engine or a truck, and we had to go to a reserve unit that was actually subpar. A reserve unit still is at a level that's not acceptable for me. So I want to mention about the surplus plan, funding that you guys have, and I know in there's $5 million that's set aside for us for heavy fleet. So I want to mention that because I spoke to Mr. Rogan earlier, and we talked a little bit about making sure when you guys review that $5 million stays there. That will enable us to help make sure that our fleet is at a level that when we have a reserve fleet will be up to a better standard. Right now, the standards for any apparatus, for instance, a truck, is 8 years or 100,000 miles. For our engines, it is 5 years or 100,000 miles, and then, of course, our ambulances are 5 years or 200,000. We meet that standard within 3 years. So in 3 years, we've already hit the point where we need to put these units out of service and put them in a reserve unit. But by the time we have to order the piece of equipment and it comes in, that particular equipment, when we put it in the reserve status, it's just not acceptable. So we're asking again, just with that, please do not remove the $5 million. Matter of fact, we actually need a couple more million in order to task what we're trying to plan for this year. I will mention this last one thing about fleet. Our mobile command unit, as you guys know, we use it on all special events. You'll see it downtown as you go across the bridge. But where you did not see it was the Christmas Day bombing, for instance. That's a national news, and it sort of got all the national attention. The same as our Covenant incident. But what you missed was that piece of equipment, our mobile unit, because it was out of service. It was purchased in 2014, so it's dated. We need to get that replaced. And not just for the big events that everyone sees, but we're talking about all the special events that happen every day in Nashville, especially when you start looking at Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. There's always something going on in Nashville. And it's spec'd out around $2 million. Sumner County has one, and we've already did all the homework on it. But so in that surplus funding, again, we're receiving $5 million, but we really do need $7 million for that. But again, if we cannot get the $7, we'll try to do what we need to do. And also remember, the mobile unit is not just used for the fire department. It goes into the OEM fleet, and it's used for all of Metropolitan government. That means all public safety, police, fire, and sheriff department. So I mentioned, again, staffing, equipment, and then training. Training is essential. We try to obtain, in a 7-day grace period, we'll do sometimes 2,000 hours of training. If you're going to be effective and be prepared to be able to meet the challenges of this day and age, training is essential. So again, with that training, you've talked about the training center, and I love the questions that were asked. And yes, we've worked closely with Kristen and so many others with the mayor's office to try to come up with a joint training center with both police and fire. That is much needed. I don't want to rehash that, but everything that was said by Chief Drake, I'll just ditto that. We need that very much. And then the last thing is the heart to do the job. I just want to take a moment to thank all the men and women that work for the Nashville Fire Department. These guys are incredible. Every day they put it on the line. And a lot of times it doesn't count until it affects you personally. But when you start talking about shootings and stabbings and homicides, suicides, drownings, they deal with it every day. Every shift, we deal with people losing their life, and these men and women are the ones that's trying to rescue and do amazing things. So I'm just honored to be in this position, and all of us are. I think when we don't view ourselves as heroes, but we are honored to be in a position to be able to aid people when they're needed. So I just want to acknowledge the men and women that work for this department. And even though my command staff is not back in the back, and of course Leanne is a part of that, I have an amazing command staff that helps me brainstorm and do some amazing things within the department. Underneath when we talk about the heart to do the job, you will be surprised of all the things that the fire department do. You'll hear me say all the time that we're not a fire department, we're an all-hazard department. We deal with everything, no matter what it is. If a 911 is called, we're involved in it. A lot of times we may be hidden in the scene, but we're always there. So again, amazing staff and a lot of great work that's been done. But again, I want to commend the mayor's office for the last 4 years. It's been great, and you guys were right alongside of that, what's been very supportive. So just thank you for that time, and I will entertain any questions. Thank you for this time.
Thank you, Chief. Councilmember Bradford, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chair. So it's great to hear that for the first time in 20 years we'll be fully staffed. My question about that is fully staffed to the city that we currently are, or fully staffed to the city we were 20 years ago?
Well, let me answer it this way. We are currently fully staffed to where we should be with our current stations in place. But now that we are fully staffed, we can really focus on the growth of the fire department, which is needed. As you guys know, some of you came and participated with the Davidson Station 40. Station 40s was the old Station 32s. So we were able to, and with this budget, with our request for our suppression, we're going to be able to not only have an ambulance there at Station 40s, which is old 32s, we're going to also...
Let me interrupt just 1 second. That's Hermitage. Don't ever confuse Hermitage and Donaldson.
Did I say Donaldson?
You said Donaldson. Don't ever do that.
Well, let me say why I say Donaldson. Donaldson is always coming over supporting her.
It is always supportive.
So that's you're absolutely right. Hermitage.
Thank you.
He's sensitive, and he should be. So, Station 32s in Hermitage, we will be able to now have a station. It will have an engine there. So, Station 40s will have an engine and an ambulance there, and that will greatly help out with the ISO ratings. It will take a lot of strain and pressure off of the existing department because, again, Donaldson Station and also Station 21 will frequently visit that area just because it's so big. We're going to also have a truck at Station 32s. This needed to happen 20-some years ago. So with the current proposed budget, it's just going to help out that area, the Hermitage area, which again will affect the ISO ratings, will help improve that. So we're just really excited. So now we can focus on trying to grow the department because we know over the last few years this city has grown so much so that you cannot even tell where Davidson County stops and Sumner begins. I mean, and it's all around the four corners. So we have, in our proposed capital plan, we have 4 fire stations that are proposed, and we'll actually have 5, and plus Midtown. So we have 5 proposed fire stations, and we're really excited about that. We do want you to understand when we're talking about new fire stations, it's going to be 12 to 16 million just for the brick and mortar, and then to have the equipment, you have a truck, an engine, and a med unit. A truck is about 1.6 million. A fire engine is $600K. A med unit is $500K. And then you equip, thank you, Leanne. She's telling me I guess I'm too close to that. So, so when you look at calculating the fire station, the equipment, and the personnel, you're looking about $6.5 million to have an actual brand new fire station. Now that sounds like a lot of money, and it is, but as I always ask, what price do you put on your life? It's needed. We know that. So that will be our primary focus to try to capture all this growth and have departments, fire stations in adequate locations. And we do that by Nashville next. We look at heat maps. We look at run volumes. We look at areas that we know where potential growth is just going through the roof. And it's pretty much everywhere. So that's where we select where we think where we know the fire station should be built. Now, the particulars of where exactly, it's a lot of bolts and nuts there to try to figure that out. But so thank you for that question, but we're very much aware of the growth of the city.
And does this also mean, as far as the trucks and equipment, that you're going to be able to run 4 personnel per truck?
Well, right. At this moment, yes, we're able to run with the required 5 per apparatus, and then you're always going to have 1 off or on leave, so it leaves you with 4. So when we talk about the growth, just like we're doing with Station 40, yes, when we equip personnel, it will be for fully staffed.
Okay. And as you kind of alluded to, my next question was about growth of the department. Is there a master plan or a document that you can send to the council to kind of show, all right, now that we're staffed and we can finally start growing, here's the areas where we kind of plan on moving into?
Oh, absolutely. We would love that. We've had this plan for several years, by the way. So, again, we're always trying to make sure that we're relevant to today's times, but, thinking about tomorrow, and that's how we survive. So, yes, we'll be able to send you any information that you need.
Definitely appreciate if we can get that sometime this summer so that as we start planning for next year and the years after, we know exactly where you're wanting to move into.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you, Councilmember. And before I forget, I just wanted to speak on that Hermitage, the new Station 40, because if y'all ever looked at a map, and Councilmember Evans is very much aware of this, that where the fire station is in Hermitage to the back part behind the lake over there, it is a long haul. And if you're having a heart attack or some type of medical crisis or a house fire out there, it's a long way from help. And so hopefully one day we can get some help out there as well. But the more folks we have out there, it's better. So we do really appreciate it. So there was a hand raised. Councilmember Pulley, I'm sorry. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Chief. Thanks for your department. Thanks for all you guys do. I wanted to go back to Councilmember Bradford's question about fully staffed and drill down on that just a minute. Because fully staffed can mean different things regarding different issues. The agency with which I'm familiar is NFPA standards.
Right.
Are we, because I don't know, it's very difficult to achieve that. We're not there yet, are we?
Well, no, actually, we will be with this budget, and that's the thing that we're really excited about. We've talked a lot about the 2 in, the 2 out. And I think in the initial conversations, when I first became chief, I know it was a lot of confusing conversation there. When you start talking about NFPA, we try to articulate our concerns pertaining to that matter. We've had the metrics that we used and so many other tools that was provided by the mayor's office that help really tell that story a lot better than even talking about it. Because, again, facts, numbers are your friend, as a friend of mine used to say all the time. So when we look at how our staffing numbers are today with this, even with this new budget that's proposed, our special operations will even be fully funded, which definitely is a need. And when you start thinking about our special operations, the fire and EMS provides operations for EDI, which is, of course, the program downtown. And it has reduced the strain on our med units for downtown by providing quick response to patients and allowing patients to be treated there on the scene. And what it does, it cuts down on all of the congestion in a condensed area of downtown. And also, it's not just for downtown, of course. When we talk about our special operations and that being part of the staffing, I don't think, and we're going to be putting this out in the next couple of months, but when you look at special operations, that division is instrumental with the planning and preparing for events that happen in Nashville. And again, with that extremely high volume of events, it takes a continuous planning of personnel and staffing. When we were having to take staffing out of the field, that means from some fire station or some EMS division and put them to work the downtown or put them in a special operations division. But now we'll even have that fully staffed. Some of the things that they deal with hazmat, technical rescue, marina, fire rescue, swift water. Our HEART team is our helicopter aquatics rescue team. They were paramount involved in the rescues in Kentucky where we had the floods. These guys, they train several hours on working with our military and also with THP. They are trained in helicopter recovery and rescue, just a tremendous group of individuals. We also deal with, of course, our VIP visitors, our Joint Terrorism Task Force, Homeland Security. We will be Type 1 hazmat / Seaburn team accredited in the state, and it's the first time ever, and it's only a few of those in the United States. And as far as the HEART team, there's only 3. And here in Nashville, we're one of them. And we're utilized constantly. We're called to go to the Smoky Mountains or to a flood event or just a lost person. So again, that operations deals with not just downtown, but the whole Davidson County and the whole state. So I'm very proud of that. So we are, to answer back to your question, we will be fully staffed, but that will give us now the opportunity to talk about the growth of the department as a whole.
All right, so the question really was toward the definition of fully staffed. I think there was an answer in there to that question. I don't really understand the 2 in, 2 out thing as much as I did. Right. When I did this, the NFPA told us how many people we needed on each piece of equipment, and we never got close.
Absolutely.
And I just wanted to get to the answer of, are you close to that?
No, we are. We've met that.
You've met that. So when you talk about growing the department, then you're not talking about growing to achieve those goals. You're talking about growing to add stations and personnel to so that you can address your heat map and more efficiently respond to the calls for service. That's
absolutely. And that was a big, and you and I have spoke about this. The problem that we have is I'm asking for, and we get this from the citizens and we get it from you guys, that, hey, we need a station here. We need a station there. It's difficult for me to try to get another fire station when we don't have the current department fully staffed. So now I'm just happy to say that, and I'm very proud of that. And you guys played a big part of it with the mayor and the mayor's office. We now can totally put our focus on growing this department to try to obtain and keep a 5-star, treatment. That's what we are. We have done, again, some amazing things with very little, and that's because we are problem solvers. And many times I would sit here and say, well, if I allow this department to work subpar, I'm a bad manager. But then you'll say, well, why do you need help if you're achieving these goals? So I had to really, and that's where the matrix came in place from the mayor's office, and working with you guys individually, telling the story about the 2 in and 2 out, and really trying to articulate this to really make sense, to understand that, listen, just because we're problem solvers and we're creative, we're in a situation where just any given moment something bad could happen. And in our world, when things go bad, and we can do everything right and things still go bad, but people lose their lives or you lose property. So you guys have heard us, and you have helped us achieve the goal of being fully staffed. So thank you for that. So now we'll work on growing the department.
Well, thank you for that. I mean, that's, I think that when I looked over and saw Ms. Wilson's face when I was asking this question, I understood what the answer was, because that's pretty darn impressive if you're meeting those standards. So thank you for that.
I don't see any other hands. Chief Swan, you got anything else you want to say before we get out of here? You've been with us a while, and I appreciate everything you've done for me out in my area. I know that. You've done a lot of good work out there. So thank you again, and thank your staff. So.
Absolutely. I mean, I know it's late in the day, and I think I just would concur with what our other public partners have stated about, again, just making sure that we do the job that's expected of us. And again, we're all honored to be in this position. A lot of hard work. And again, I just want to thank all the men and women with the Nashville Fire Department and also the Office of Emergency Management. We didn't have to present their budget no more than Steve Martini back there with 911, but let me thank you on their behalf as well. A great team. We know that we're no stronger than the help that we got around us. So thank you, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it, brother.